the opening game of the series. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly, what an awesome game. Mariners with a very, very impressive game to start things out here. No doubt about it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's break this down really quickly as far as a win goes for the Mariners. First person that you've got to talk of out the gate in this game is Luis Castillo. You made the trade for this guy to be the top-end rotation starter, yes. To be your ace, yes. But also within that, to be the type of pitcher that can go against an October lineup in the postseason and be able to potentially still dominate those type of teams. And that's what he did tonight. You went in against a very tough Toronto lineup, one of the toughest lineups in the AL, and he shut those bats down. And he didn't by necessarily just using his stuff wildly to try to get them to swing out of zones with the free swingers in this lineup. Instead, he pumped the zone. Instead, he worked the zone. Instead, he was going to make the Blue Jays say, okay, let's see, I'm going to hit the strike zone, but I think my movement is still going to overcome you. I don't think that you're going to be able to do that, and I'm going to mix my pitches up. You're never really going to be able to sit down and squat up on just one pitch that I'm throwing you. Fantastic job on his part of really mixing those pitches, trusting his stuff to hit that zone in a playoff series like this. Make them beat you. Don't give them free passes. Don't give them easy bases on that side of it. He was wonderful. I mentioned at the top as well, when he came through about the second, third time through that lineup, he started to work in the changeup a little bit more, where before that it was really just the fastball slider early on through the first part of the lineup. Great job on his part. Ball locating, changing it up. This is what you hope you get from an ace. And that is just what we have. An awesome trade, well worth the prospects of what we gave up, and well worth the money that we're going to be paying Castillo into the future, because he's showing you he is going to be that guy. Offensively speaking today, it was a little bit of what you've dealt with throughout the course of this year, quite frankly. Most of your runs were relying on the big ball. I mean, 2 of them came from Cal Raleigh's, the big dumper shot, giving you the 2 runs there. That's what it's been like over the course of this year, hasn't it? It's been let's get a home run at some time. Let's get a key home run at a key moment of the game. You got a couple other runs manufactured through this game, which was nice to see as well. But also you saw the same old story play out over the course of the season, which is that there's too many runners left on base when you look at it. 15 runners left on base in this game. Odd to see. They were able to draw 2 walks for 6 strikeouts, which is a little bit of a closer disparity than you normally get in that realm as well, because you'll sometimes have 10, 11, 12, 13 strikeouts and 2 or 3 walks. So you've got to give them some credit in the fact that they were at least putting a little bit more balls in play, but shows you how well you won this game, how much you kind of had room for error in this game. You got those 4 runs, and it could have been even worse for this Toronto team. I think Manoah was coming out just a little bit rough for them and not with his A-plus stuff, and he was kind of having to feel his way through the start. But give Scott Service a lot of credit for raising Cal Raleigh up in that lineup. You were really right-handed heavy, and you wanted to inject that one lefty in at one spot in the middle of that order to give your chance a little bit of power there, to give it a little bit of a change to the pitcher. Raleigh was able to do that with his placement in the lineup there, and he's been one of the more timely home run hitting guys in this lineup, and that's in a lineup of a lot of guys who've hit some a lot of timely home runs, from Eugenio Suarez to Julio Rodriguez and a few others even beyond that. But he's been one of those main guys, the guy that helped clinch us and get us in the playoffs again. He calls a great game behind the plate. He catches, he frames pitches really well. The pitchers love to throw to him. There's a reason the staff is as good as they are. And a lot of times you can go back and look at the catcher when you're trying to find out those reasons as well. How is the catcher? Why is the staff so dominant? Well, they've got a good backstop back there, and we got one hell of a backstop back there. So, but how about that home run by him? But you took the first game in this series. It's a 3-game series, not a 5-game series like has been in the past in postseason baseball, meaning the Blue Jays have got to get on their horse, and they got to get on their horse really fast. A very, very big time win here for your Mariners here in this series. If you do come away with the win in this series as well, sets the stage for Castillo being able to be the first pitcher for you in the next series as well. Now we're going to have Robbie Ray taking the hill tomorrow. So we'll see if our Mariners are going to be able to come back in that potential game. The other one thing I want to give credit to is the defense in this game. That's the 2 other aspects, the three main aspects I said that you could lean on this postseason as you went into it. 3 things that we're going to carry through with you, that have been with you through over the course of the season. Great starting pitching, great bullpen, great defense. You got all three of those things in this particular game. You fielded it a very clean game. Crawford over at shortstop have a couple times where he was tested. He came up and made some good throws off of those kind of just weird kind of hops. Eugenio had a play he made out in the field, which was similarly well played on his throw then over to first base. So then again, we got to go back and give props to the defense. And again, between those three aspects, great starting pitching, great bullpen, great fielding, that is the stuff that can carry you forward. That's the stuff that carries you forward deep into the playoffs and can even take you to the World Series. So we're not putting any top end on this season. We're not saying, oh, well, it's good enough we got in. It's good enough we get our cup of coffee or cup of tea here in the playoffs this year, and then next year we'll go for it then. No. We're going for it now. We got the team to go get this done right now. So get hyped, Mariner fans. Have that hope. Dream big. Dream large. Because it's absolutely well within our grasp here. And they just set the stage. They just set the tone. They just hit that first note on the guitar with that first sweet lick. And maybe the rest of this postseason, they can keep that energy going. This is the team we saw this year. This is the blueprint for the wins that we've seen this year. Played out just like that in this game, didn't it? Exactly the same way. Lean on the home run ball, great starting pitching. Bullpen comes in and closes it up shop. And you get your starting pitching and defense with it on the other side of it. So fantastic job by our team today.